I've made many like online personalities, and like they're exaggerated, like
Hmm.
certain aspects of them are exaggerated so that way it draws people's attention.
Hmm.
And when you're doing stuff like that, it's literally like you're making a comic book character or a cartoon character. But the only like bad part about it is that real life people are drawn into it. So much so that they would love to be the face.
Yeah,
And
essentially, yeah.
there has been which honestly I'm surprised that some of the stuff that I've done hasn't been like hijacked like that. A lot of it has, but not all of it. Um,
Hmm.
but like the way that it is with me is that like I don't sit there and walk around every day telling everybody who I am, what I do,
Hmm.
different things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've never tried to like really brag about this stuff, but
Hmm.
like in the instance of people trying to claim that they're like corpse, okay?
Good
They'll
for you. You
literally
get a
sit
fucking
there,
sticker.
huh?
It's like people who do that. It's just like, oh, they like for like from my on my take on it. Like if someone's gonna fucking do that, I really don't care. So I'm just like, oh, good for you. You get a fucking sticker. You know,
Oh
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
could care less.
Yeah, but like with me, I'm just like you know that like these online personalities that you're trying so hard to be, they don't want to be themselves. That's why they are who they are. Like the reason why like I have made so many online personalities and like alternate identities and stuff is because like those are like exaggerated facts of me that I don't like. You know, like there are so many things that I've done for like online personalities. Kind of like if you look up like the corpse, it originally started out with recordings of scary stories. It was originally like me, somebody who claimed to be my friend, and his sister sitting in their basement and like just telling scary stories and shit. But he was recording me, and I had no idea. And then like once I like because we were talking about like making a YouTube channel about just like scary shit and just being like, yeah, let's like do a whole thing about like just scary stories, made up shit, just like goofing off. We could just see if people get interested in it. Well, it turned out people were really interested into it, a lot more than what I thought. But like a big passion of mine has always been making music. Like and this is legitimately like why I tell people like you do not want to be like a most of online personalities because they are faking it. 9 times out of 10 they are faking it because
Hmm.
either they're being used, so they're
Hmm.
trying to tarnish their own name, because when it comes down to like, oh, who created the channel and shit like that, it wasn't them. It was
Hmm.
other people taking recordings of a said person and posting it and being like, ah, this is me. That's why
Hmm.
like throughout like I would say like 100% of like all the different gameplay videos of Corpse and stuff like that. You ever noticed every single thing that he says is literally like on a soundboard? Like it's all copy pasted audios.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, it's literally like 10 phrases over and over and over. And like when it comes to like the actual conversations and stuff like that, it's pretty much like one-sided type deal. Like, and it's honestly how most movies go about being made. Uh, well, that's good. I mean, I guess I've never honestly took offense to like. Oh, oh, they're gone. A lot of people just disappeared. But when it comes to like online personalities and stuff, most of the time they're fake. Um, Starting out, typically, like with me, like with the stuff that I've done, they're genuine. And I'm just like, okay, maybe the people that I'm with, in doing this stuff, maybe they're being genuine. But then it every single time it's turned out that they're just backstabbing, they're just using me, you know, trying to make money off of me, different stuff like that. Um, but then like that's when that would turn my opinion to me being, you know, really upset and like I would be being
Hello.
used. Hello. And so,
Have a forehead kiss.
oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But so like that's why like a lot of the stuff like there's somewhat of like a consistency to like certain things like have you ever sat down and like listened to music and then like realized like at certain points like it sounds like the song has a fuck up in it, like but it's the genuine song, but it sounds like either like the track skips or like somebody slurred their words and like different things like that. Yeah, I have done that in a lot of the music that I have made. I have put intentional fuck ups in them so that way it's kind of like a trademark because like so many people have pointed out like and like personally brought it to my attention. They're like, hey, have you ever noticed that like like this part of this song sounds odd? And I'm like, yeah, like yeah, I have noticed that. And they're just like, oh wow, well they should remake it, they should make it better, like why would they actually like publish that with it having that fuck up? And I'm like, that's because that's the only audio that they received. Is like if they were genuine about the music being as good as it could be, then the people who are actually producing the music and actually making it out of nothing, they would treat that person with respect if they wanted something genuinely good. And also in the sense that there's a lot of times where I've made music with people where, well, most of the time they're legitimately doing nothing but recording, and I'm the one sitting there fumbling around on myself, like doing anything and everything I can to come up with something. Uh, uh, and then, like, there's been quite a bit where I've had people actually like playing with me, and like I'm not the only actual like musician involved with it, but there's quite a bit where like it has just instantly turned to like, because I'm extremely insecure, like I am guilty of that, but like there's so many times like because I've been making music ever since I was like 12 or 13, somewhere around there. I think I was like 12. um but like there's so many times where I would sit there and I would like, after making the music, I'm just like, no, it sounds horrible, I wish I had nothing to do with that. So then they would intentionally like just ignore the fact that I exist, publish it under some bullshit name, because I would literally sit there and state like, oh yes, it should be published under this name, that name, whatever, as long as it's not me. But then they would do that, and then I'm just like, you know, like it really gets under your skin, but makes you think twice about the whole thing, because you're just like, are they doing that because I said that, or are they doing that because they're trying to keep me from being involved? You know. But like there have been several uh, uh groups of uh I guess like online personalities that I've been involved with where I actually did participate in the music videos and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I would instantly just be like, like I hate the fact that I'm involved with it. Like I have a thing about like hating, like, well, okay, hate's a strong word. I guess what I could say is like I don't like noticing myself being popular because it's hard for me to imagine. But when I would see myself in those videos, sometimes I would literally like go blind to the fact that it's me. Like I could literally see my face in those videos and just be like, no, like who's that? And then like, but like throughout most of my life, I always like had it like a vendetta against myself and the way that I look. And so like I barely ever looked in a mirror. Like I like 100% like legitimately barely ever look in a mirror. Like I hate looking at myself. But there have been several times where I would see myself in the videos and I'm just like, no, that's not me. And then 2 minutes later, walk into the other room, see myself in the mirror, and I'm just like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, you really did.
You know, like, and so many people think that, like, when it comes to music videos and stuff like that, like, oh, it's all so major production, you know, like, they got these big ass cameras meant for, like, filming movies, and, like, they got these major production teams and, like, producers and all this and that. And no, like, it's really not like that. Like, a lot of the stuff that is done for stuff like that is done with equipment that is a lot less than what you would expect. And like I've always personally like thought that it's like really weird, like sitting there and like if you look up like how much did like the Iron Man movies make, and like or like different shit like that. Like it says that online that they made like millions and millions. But did they really? Because I know how a lot of the production and stuff goes for like really good like music videos and stuff like that, where like everything looks really nice, but like, you know, making a movie isn't much different than making a music video. So it's like, how much do they really put into it, you know? Like, obviously it would be more than a music video, but wouldn't figure it would be like millions upon millions of dollars.
Just hit Winston in the head with a syrup bottle.
What? So why not? Because there's somebody I'm already interested
Well, he's dead. He crashed.
in.
No, he gone. He crashed. Told you.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair.
No, this isn't real life. Did you just say you get bitches?
You know,
Yeah.
I love you, bro.
Like some of the stuff that like I've been involved with in the sense of like making and it's same. Oh, like yeah, they're different, like different, but similar, yeah. Yeah.
Close.
Like, and also, like, when it comes to movies and stuff, they're a lot longer, so there's gonna be a lot more to do for, like, animations and different scenes and different locations and stuff like that, so... But yeah, like, one of the main things is that, like, with, like, all the different stuff that I've done in, like, music, and I've also done, like, voiced characters for, like, movies and stuff like that, but and like sometimes like they've even made the characters look similar to me, which I think is like really cool. But like when it comes to stuff like that, like I think what should really happen is like they should actually have like the real voices being named instead of like some alias and stuff like that, because unless the person is genuine about using an alias, because throughout my entire life, of all the different stuff that I've done for like movies and music
They're all
and
banana.
just entertainment in general, because the majority of it was like the reasoning behind the majority was
Okay.
literally me
I'm
trying to
cleaning
be
up
able
AI.
to
Wait, guys.
put out there the way that
Doesn't
certain
he sound like
situations have
Stealthy if he was way older?
I always looked at it like I would never really want to do any of the stuff for fame or glory or, you know, stuff like that, but I always wanted to make, like, my stories be known, and, like, yes, like, a lot of the stuff is fake. Like, a lot of the stuff is fake.
you're gonna vomit in my mouth.
Like, there have even been people who have been, like, dedicated to, like, playing the role of said personalities for a long time now. And so, like, I don't know, it's kind of one of those where, like, they wouldn't be who they are without me being the voice for them. And, like, there's a lot of TV or I wouldn't say TV shows. I would say there's... I don't know. I've done more, like, voices for,
Wait, you play
like,
Valorant? Weren't you just talking
movies and music than I have TV shows. Because I think there's only, like, very, very, very few things in TV shows that I've been involved with. But, a lot of the stuff has been, like, I guess it's kind of a way of, like, you know, there's still to be, like, hierarchy and stuff like that, where, like, certain things, like, rule over the others, and, you know, they take from the lower class and, you know, thrive off of it, kind of stuff. But, like, yeah, there's a lot that, you know, it really, really sucks not being credited for what you do. So, like, I guess if there's ever a bit of advice I could ever give to anybody, is if you're ever gonna do anything in, like, music or like, wanting to get into, like, voicing and different things like that, like, do everything you can to do it by yourself. Because if you involve other people, they're highly likely to try to steal credit.
Unless if it's like a big time band kind of thing, of course. Like if you get like a band going on.
No, even.
But
in
that still depends. That still depends.
Yeah, it's even in that, like, people will still try to take it, and, like, if you don't take your stuff and go and, like, instantly copyright it to your actual name, they will. A lot of the stuff that
Yeah.
I've done in the past has been literally, like, me making music and giving it away. And I guess that's kind of how a lot of it got started, was me literally just being like, you know, too ashamed to, like, let myself be known. So then I would literally just, like, let it out and just be like, it'd be better if somebody else did this. But they would still use the audio of my voice.
Yeah, let me know.
So then I'm just like, they're using a different name
There's a lot
with
of
my
things that
voice.
feel like generic
Like,
characters.
it makes the whole thing kind of
Oh,
fucked up.
what the world?